Yumna, please take cover. If you are in a position to do so safely, you can explain to us what we're happening. If you are not in a position to do so safely, then please get to safety.
This is a missile attack on Palestine Tower, right in the middle of Gaza City.
Greetings, dear listeners. Today we're embarking on a journey through history to unravel the complex Israel-Palestine conflict. Think of it as a long-standing dispute over a piece of land in the Middle East. We'll break it down piece by piece to make it crystal clear. So brace yourselves for a tale that's both ancient and ongoing, and we'll simplify it for all to comprehend. In the early 1900s, two groups of people began to claim the same land in the Middle East. This conflict, known as the Israel-Palestine conflict, has been ongoing for decades. Let's take a closer look at the history of this complex and deeply rooted dispute. Explosion at the hospital in Gaza. Hundreds of people were feared dead after an explosion at a hospital in the Gaza Strip on October 17. A little over a week after the Palestinian group Hamas staged a terrorist attack on Israel that killed 1,400 people and led Israel to declare war and begin bombing the territory. Hamas, which controls Gaza, blamed the blast on an Israeli airstrike. Israel said it was caused by an errant rocket fired by another armed group, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, which denied the assertion. On the night of the explosion, a spokeswoman for the Gazan Health Ministry put the toll at 500 or more dead, which the ministry later changed to hundreds. No figure could be confirmed independently, but images from the hospital and witness accounts made clear that it was high. Mohammed al-Basalam.
You can see all the dead bodies behind me, all of these casualties. They try to find a safe place in the only Christian hospital in Gaza, Al-Ahli National Hospital, Arab National Hospital. It's the only Christian hospital in Gaza. They try to find a safe place, they try to find a shelter. And they have been attacked by a barbaric bombardment. And all of these casualties came to the hospital, came as body parts amputated without any signs of life. We have received many casualties today in this massacre. This is really a genocide according to the international humanitarian law. If you know what is the international humanitarian.
The Israeli military said Wednesday morning that the number of casualties was inflated, citing intelligence without elaborating. The Gazan Health Ministry, which is run by Hamas, said later on Wednesday that 471 people had been killed and hundreds more injured. Israeli army. Citing aerial footage, photos taken in the aftermath of the explosion and recordings it said were of Hamas members, the Israeli military said on Wednesday that the blast was caused by a rocket that misfired after being launched by Palestinian Islamic Jihad. Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, the chief spokesman for the Israeli military, said the Palestinian group fired 10 rockets at 6:59 p.m. on the night of the explosion.
And confirmed that the Islamic Jihad was responsible for the strike at the Al-Hali Al-Ma'adani hospital in Gaza.
He cited a photo of the parking lot that was posted on social media on Wednesday morning that he said did not show the kind of crater that would have been caused by an Israeli missile.
This is the area of the hospital, okay? We are showing the parking lot and the hospital, okay? Those are in red spots. This is not in infrared, so you can understand it better. This is the parking lot. This is the parking lot. You can see the parking lot also now.
He also showed an aerial image that he said was taken from a military drone overnight and said there was no evidence in it of such a crater either. U.S. intelligence suggests the U.S. government currently assesses that Israel was not responsible for the blast, according to the U.S. National Security Council, NSC. Among the evidence is a blast analysis that suggests it was a ground explosion rather than an airstrike that hit the hospital, one of the sources said. There was no singular crater suggesting there was a bomb. but there was extensive fire damage and scattered debris that is consistent with an explosion starting from the ground level, according to the source. While initial reports saw Israel blaming Palestinian militants and Hamas blaming Israel, there is not conclusive evidence to be certain either way. The Guardian's report uses open-source information to piece together what happened at the hospital. It is worth pointing out that it is not in the political or strategic interests of the Israeli government to have intentionally targeted the hospital. The explosion took place the night before Biden was due to arrive in Tel Aviv. A military attack like that would have made it extremely difficult for Washington to publicly offer their unequivocal support, as targeting a hospital is a flagrant war crime. The Israeli government has been finding it difficult to dispel Hamas' claims, however, partially because schools and civilian evacuation routes have reportedly been hit during airstrikes. Al-Ali's Diagnostic Cancer Treatment Center was hit separately a few days before the latest explosion. Accounts vary as to who has been responsible for these. The impact on everyday lives. The conflict has had a profound impact on the everyday lives of Israelis and Palestinians. Palestinians face restrictions on movement, limited access to basic services, and a lack of economic opportunities. Security measures such as checkpoints and the separation barrier have disrupted daily life for both Israelis and Palestinians. The constant fear of violence affects the mental well-being of individuals on both sides, perpetuating a cycle of mistrust and animosity. And there you have it, our journey through the labyrinth of the Israel-Palestine conflict. We dissected the complexities, traced the history, and unraveled the ongoing saga. If you found this exploration as enlightening as we have, remember to show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Until our next adventure, keep seeking, keep learning, and keep fostering your curiosity. Thanks for joining us on this voyage through the Israel-Palestine conflict.